The engines on the Farquhar branch line were overworked, so the Fat Controller sent to James to help them. When he arrived, he could see that the harbor was in a huge mess. Cargo lay on the quay and the trucks were unorganized. Soon, he started shunting and arranging trucks up and down the harbor yard. He found it relaxing to be in the sea air and hear the sound of the gulls, and enjoy the calm atmosphere of the day. He had just finished the day's work and went to a siding to rest when a foreman came up to him. "Thomas needs help. He can't get up the hill," he said. James sighed and went off. It was already dark when James arrived at the hill and found it a great joke. "What's wrong, Thomas? Can't handle a few trucks?" he teased. "Shut up, James," he burst out. "The rain can cause trouble on a hill. You'd already know by experience." James said nothing and just coupled up to him and pushed him up the hill and into the station. Next morning, the rain was stronger than it had ever been before. James couldn't help but smile, though. "I'll show that Thomas how to deal with rain," he said to himself. He quickly arranged his train and waited impatiently for the guard to blow his whistle. At last he did. James quickly started off, but he found out he couldn't grip the rails properly. His wheels spun and spun, but he couldn't move the heavy train. His driver went to call for help, but James wasn't happy when he found out who the relief engine was. Thomas arrived with a huge grin on his face. "Ha ha ha! Yes, you did show me how to deal with rain," he laughed. "Oh, shut up," said James. "Hurry up and let's get this over with." All right, said Thomas, and he quickly coupled up to James. Their drivers and firemen put sand on the rails and opened the engine's regulators. Soon they started to pull. Their wheels slipped and they tugged and slipped with all their might, and wheel turn after wheel turn after wheel turn, they finally started to get a grip on the rails. Come on, we're moving, said Thomas. "Oh, come along, said James. And at last they managed to get the heavy train moving. After they got out of the harbor and reached the station, Thomas and James didn't cross paths for the rest of the day. But that night at the sheds, all Thomas and Percy could talk about was friction and grip. Poor James, all he could do was stand silently as the engines mocked him about his Harbour Slip.